All right, I hope I'm doing this right. Am I doing this right? I can see the chat. I definitely pride myself on being prepared, and I am not right now. Oh, so there's people here. Okay. Um, can somebody let me know if they can see and hear me? That's a hi. Linda. Oh, okay, good. Oh, there we go. There we go. All right. I am not the most computer literate person. I apologize. So, hi, this is my first live. I wanted to go live today because as of today, it has been 1 year since I decided to do content creation full time. And as I said in my LinkedIn video, hasn't been going well. Hasn't been going good. Not what I had in mind. This isn't what I thought it would be. But that's okay. That is all right. That's essentially why the channel is named the way it is. Oh, George is here. George is a member. Hey, George. Everybody say hi to George. Actually, everybody say hi to one another. So, yeah, today I just wanted to talk and just give an update. I would have been able to market this better and let people know way ahead of time that this was coming, but it occurred to me the other night, like I said, today has been 1 year since I quit my office desk job that I had for exactly 7 years. And I was like, I just want to sit down and talk to folk and just see how things are going. If there's anything I missed, if there's a video that you want me to make, if there's content you want me to create, depending on the topic or subject or anything like that, anything that I've done that has worked, anything that I've done that has not worked, any of the above that I just named, because I need to know. Because like I said, a year in, I feel good. I can go over some of the successes I've had. And not that I'm a perfectionist or type A or anything like that, but again, a number of things that I've gone through and a number of things that I've seen, I kind of thought it would go different. But some of the people I very much look up to did something similar. They were very much doing the same things, fighting a good fight, putting in the work, and it took time. And these things take time. So, yeah, what we got? 7 years is a lot. I need to know more if you're comfortable, of course. Okay, hold on. All right, so background, if you can hear me, I might have to plug in a microphone. Just let me know if you can't hear me. Background. So my major and my field of study was broadcasting and media since I was in high school. I went to a broadcasting school a few years after high school, and I got in the radio business. I was an intern at Sunny 95 in Columbus, and that's where I discovered that I did not like the radio business. So I had to backtrack and figure out what I was doing. So for like 2 years, I was just working, not even being in school. That was my early 20s. And then I went back to college, and that's when I went to The Ohio State University, and my degree there was in journalism and communication. So with that said, my junior year of college, though, I did realize that I wanted to work with kids because my upbringing was pretty bad. And so I felt like someone like myself who didn't have the greatest of circumstances growing up, that would be my way to like at least give back or provide something that I did not have. And if you look at schools now or any other industry or endeavor where kids are involved, there's not a lot of men. Like I think in elementary school I had one male teacher. In middle school I don't remember, there was maybe 3. High school there was a few. And so I wanted to work in the field with kids. And I ended up working at Nationwide Children's Hospital here in Columbus for exactly 7 years. Like my start date was also my end date 7 years later. And so I was a case supervisor for children with developmental disabilities for 7 years. And it was actually a job that meant a lot to me because I was helping a lot of families who were definitely in need. But just like millions of other millennials during the pandemic, I stopped and was like, wait, Jeff, the thing you do best is talking. You talk. You're good at talking. Whatever happens to the radio thing or the broadcasting thing or the media thing or the content creation thing, you need to bring that back. And so that's what kind of led to this YouTube channel. I was doing it before the pandemic, but just sparingly whenever I had time. And then I realized that I had to make it a priority. And then that's ultimately what led to my job as a freelancer with the Young Turks as well, was just providing my point of view, my perspective, my perception of things. So that's how I got there. So like I said, after 7 years, I was like, no. And I was doing my YouTube channel and freelance work with Rebel HQ while I was full-time at Nationwide Children's Hospital. And then I went part-time there for a couple of months, and that just got weird. And so I left. And you know what? I can't really say exactly what I thought would happen in this 365 days. Again, there's a lot of positives, absolutely, but there's a lot of things that's happened the last few where I'm like, yo, we got to do something, Jeff. Like, we got to do something different or better. And like, if you've ever been on my any social media that I'm on, for one, I know I'm an elder millennial. I know that, but I cannot stand social media. If I ever get to where I want to be at, I would just cut social media out. I appreciate it for what it is. Like, I use Instagram to see some people that I'm not able to see that much as often. Twitter, oh my gosh. Ugh. I appreciate TikTok just to be able to reach out to Gen Z. So with that being said, when it comes to full-time content creation, I'm like, well, this posting stuff on social media, that's the part that's not working out. YouTube will come along. I'm trying really hard with TikTok. I have a new format that I'm trying with those videos, and it's just not going the way I thought it would. You know, in my mind, I'm like, okay, post regularly, do so at very opportune times, be consistent, work hard, and things will come. And it hasn't. And sometimes I get impatient. Someone just said, I love your voice, Jeff. Thank you, because when I'm editing my own videos, I've gotten better. I for a long time, I could not stand my own voice. It's gotten a lot better. It's gotten a lot different. I don't know if I've gotten used to it or my delivery has improved, but thank you. I appreciate that. Somebody has told me before that they like my voice, and that means a lot. Alicia says, how did you get on TYT? So I was looking for a job in October of last year. I was looking for a job, and a freelance position of theirs came up on Indeed, I think. Or no. It was LinkedIn, which I just made fun of LinkedIn. And I actually use that to get my freelance work. But yeah, I applied in October of last year, and I didn't think they were going to want me because I don't really like to operate in the sensational world. And while I will talk about politics, don't get me wrong, I would rather not. Like, I would rather talk about social matters, sociocultural matters. And so, plus, if you've ever seen TYT stuff, I'm not Richard Ojeda. I don't know why Richard Ojeda became like the mascot of TYT Rebel HQ for me, but I'm like, I'm not him, so there's no way they're gonna want me. And then early in December of last year, I got a call and I interviewed, and I was at the office when I got the message. And so I scheduled the interview, and I just drove around Columbus talking to the hiring manager there. And I still didn't think they would want me, but yeah, I got on board. Meshach says, your next big break is coming. Keep on, brother. Thank you, Meshach. Meshach is one of my closest friends in the world. I've known him maybe 20 years. Oh my gosh, dude, we used to be cool. What in the world? What in the world? Anyway, yeah, so that's how I got with Rebel HQ. So it's been 21 months now, almost 2 years coming up. So that's how I got my freelance job with Rebel HQ. And that's how I get to make appearances on when the watch list was still where it was, and Indisputable. That's how I got there, was through Rebel HQ and TYT, which was a really cool perk from the job that like I thought I could be a part of, but I just didn't know. So it was really cool that was a cool perk of it. And I do want to say, J.R. Jackson and Dr. Rashad Ritchie are who they are off and on camera. I've gotten an opportunity to meet a few people, and you can kind of tell who people are on and off camera. And Dr. Ritchie is on camera, who he is off of camera. I knew somebody was going to ask this. Okay. I am on live. Mrs. Wiggins just came in, everybody.
Can I show them my cat?
Are you going to pick up the cat? I mean, I'm just going to take the camera over there, because if you pick up the cat, she's going to get upset. Mrs. Wiggins just walked in, and the cat wants to spend time with her, so there's that. Anyway, I was laughing. Oh, you're going to do it. Okay, there's Mrs. Wiggins. Everybody say hi to Mrs. Wiggins. Okay, and then there's Mrs. Wiggins, and there's Delilah Mercury Wiggins, and that is the longest anyone has ever picked her up, because she hates that.
She's too big to get help.
Yeah, she. Okay, so 2 people have asked. Hey, Mrs. Wiggins, if there was one question that you think the audience was going to ask, other than who you are, what do you think they were going to ask?
About your architect?
Okay. My architect knows Japanese. I will answer that question. Lynn says, hi, Mrs. Wiggins. Oh, the letter hack is here. My architect knows Japanese. So when I was starting with Rebel HQ, what I was going to do was I was going to play up more of the fake news anchor thing. And how word association goes in my mind, I said fake news anchor, I'm going to need a news anchor sign off. And quick backtrack so I can prolong this. Once upon a time on my YouTube channel, I forgot what the video was about, but somebody told me that Black Americans' greatest export is rap music. And for me, I'm like, well, if you're going to say it's rap music, you might as well say it's all of pop music, because Black people clearly created jazz and blues, rock and roll, R&B, and rap. So if you're going to say that, it's got to be pop music. With that being said, I clearly named my YouTube channel after the Kendrick Lamar song. So I figured somebody would ask that, so let me just beat you to it. I named my YouTube channel after the Kendrick Lamar song. If you've ever been somewhere when that song came on, you would know why, because people lose their mind. And I want to talk about the format of my YouTube channel later. But so I decided at that point I wanted to take hip hop and rap music with me everywhere. So when I needed a fake news anchor sign off, I had 3. I remember sitting and talking to my wife about it. I said, it's either going to be something, 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 stack that cheese. That's a Lupe Fiasco line. Or I'm not a boss, I got a boss. That's a Jay-Z line. And then I said, my architect knows Japanese. And if you did not know, and somebody else just said it on the chat, it's a random weird line from a Childish Gambino song called Sweatpants. That's it. It may be for Donald Glover a reference to I don't want to mispronounce his name, Hiro Murai. He's a director. But I knew when I came up with that news anchor sign off, my architect knows Japanese, I said it's going to be fun because the people who know what that is, they'll appreciate it. And the people who don't know what it is, they'll probably be confused, but I figure people will move on. You will not believe how many people ask me that question all the time. And then typically I just say like, hey, Google it. And people will Google it, and if you Google My Architect Knows Japanese, it will clearly say in the lyrics of Sweatpants by Childish Gambino, it's a lyric from that song. So then some people will Google it and then come back to me and say, yeah, but what does it mean to you? So to answer that question, nothing. It means absolutely nothing to me. I just think it's a really cool thing to say. And so I think what's difficult for me is the day that I'm done with Rebel HQ and TYT, do I continue to say that? Like, do I take it with me everywhere? I'm really indecisive about that. I don't have to decide it now, of course, but yeah, I'm indecisive about like, do I keep it with me? Now, I will tell y'all, I don't market it right now because I'm still trying to figure out exactly what my second channel is going to be. But my second YouTube channel is called My Architect Knows Japanese. It's just, I didn't want to put all my shorts on my main channel, so I put all my shorts, whether it's like short clips from my YouTube channel or just stuff that I post on TikTok, I just posted on my second channel. So if you can feel free to look for my second channel. It's called My Architect Knows Japanese. It's doing okay. It'll get there. Somebody asked about Indisputable. Indisputable is still going on. It's still a thing. The watch list, though, I think it was made just verticals on the website. I'm not sure. I haven't seen it on YouTube in a while, and of course, I haven't been invited on. Shout out to J.R. Jackson, though. J.R. Jackson is an amazing dude. It was good to talk to him and get to know him a little bit. I'm sure he's doing something dope wherever he is and what he's doing. Connie just said Childish Gambino was also asked about that line. He stated that it meant what it said, his architect had learned Japanese. There was another song. Oh, I'm forgetting the name of the song. I might Google it right now. There's another song that was, it wasn't his, but he was featured, where Childish Gambino said his architect had to learn Japanese. And so what was cool from that line was he took that from another song and then eventually said his architect learned Japanese, or his architect knows Japanese. So actually, let me look that up right quick. What's the name of that other song? It's Free at Last by, is it S-X? Is it S-X? Don't make fun of me for not knowing cool people stuff. But yeah, in that verse that he had on that song, he said that his architect has to learn Japanese. Then you fast forward to Sweatpants, and he says, yeah, his architect knows Japanese. That's on progress, people. You know what? So the letter hack is in the house. Go check out the letter hack. He interviewed me a couple of months ago, and he likes to draw leftist content creators and political commentators. And I'm pretty sure he was probably going to ask me at some point about my architect and why it knows Japanese. And I was like, nah. So, so yes, hopefully that helps people out, and y'all can spread the word. And I kind of wanted to say that to the end so people don't like check in. Oh, Jeff answered the question I want to know. I'm back out. So, all right. Please, if I miss anything, please let me know. I'm trying to observe the chat right now. Actually, I might have Meshach moderate this thing in the future if I ever do this again. But he asked, which video's success caught you off guard? Which one did you think would blow up but didn't take off? So the first video of mine that reached 1,000 views was about AAVE. That was the first video of mine that reached 1,000 views, and like before that I was like struggling, and that video let me know the power of thumbnails, because I don't even remember what the original thumbnail of the AAVE video was, but I remember switching it, and then that's when I started to see a bump up in views. So I made that video, wow, it's been 3 years now. August 6, 2020, it's got 6,000 views, but like, yeah, it was my first one to crack 1,000. So that one was the one that made me go, oh, the video, I don't know if 15,000 views is blowing up, but the video I made about Anthony Johnson and the myth of Irish slavery in America, that having 15,000 views, I didn't see that coming, because the thumbnail, it did what I thought it would, but I still didn't love it. And then even the title, Anthony Johnson and the myth of Irish slavery in America, those two things aren't necessarily connected. So I didn't think people are going to care about that video. But the reason why I'm bringing it up now is because it has 1,500 comments. And it's not my most viewed video by far. My most viewed video is, this is why black TikTok creators went on strike. This was about the black creator strike that was kind of spurred by Megan Thee Stallion. That one's got 71,000 views. That one got 375 comments, but the Anthony Johnson one got 1,500. So that one caught me off guard. Definitely. I thought the Jay-Z video I made would be good. I still didn't, you know what? The one about Thomas Sowell, it's doing good for the size of my channel. So I appreciate that. I didn't know what to expect, because I'm like, man, like Thomas Sowell fans are going to see the thumbnail and see me doing this, and they probably just going to troll me, or they'll just bring down the view duration because they'll peek in, see that I'm not saying something favorable about Thomas Sowell, and then be right back on out. So the fact that it almost has 4,000 views, I am grateful for that, because I didn't know what to expect. Now, a video that I wish did better, a little better, is, man, just based on how much work went into it, Asian success, it's called Asian Success versus White Supremacy. I could rename it again. I've renamed it like 6 times, but for me to go after something or a subject or a topic that people act like black people don't want to talk about, that meant a lot to me. And it's got 1,700 views. And that, I can say actually the same thing about the Thomas Sowell thing, because all the research I went into him, people act like, oh no, you don't contend with what Thomas Sowell said. Like, you don't talk about it. Like, no, who the heck is he? We're going to talk about it. So those 2 videos, where'd you go? Asian Success versus White Supremacy. I wish that had more views, just for the amount of stuff I had to read. Because there's a part 2 to that video, Asian Success versus White Supremacy, and then the part 2 is, where did you go? Where's part 2? Did I lose the video? Oh, there we go. Highest income ethnicity. I had to read so much about the visa program that we have in the United States. I had to learn about immigration reform, who came from where and when and why, where they live, how much money they make, median income versus average income, income relative to what city they live in and relative to what degrees they have. Like, it was a lot. I had to read a lot, like over weeks. And I wish the viewership got better, but I think those 2 videos that I just named, this might be examples of stuff that I really want to talk about because I'm a nerd. But yeah, highest income ethnicity and Asian Success versus White Supremacy. I had to read so much. And like, I could have made that like a 30-something minute video, but that's a long video for me. I don't like going over 20 minutes. Actually, I don't even think I have gone over 20 minutes, maybe once or twice. So that's a long video for me. So I was like, no, I'm not doing that. So I have not yet. But those 2 videos, it was a lot of work, like a lot of work. There's videos that I can do, and there's topics that I can do off the top of my head. I can wake up and talk about violent crime, black people, guns, murder rate, homicide rate, the city you're in, the state you're in. I can wake up and talk about that tomorrow without preparing because I've had to read about it and talk about it so often that it's nothing to me at this point. So when I was having to learn about immigration reform and visa programs, that was new to me. That was stuff I'm like, I don't know what this is, but we're gonna get it and we're gonna figure this out. So I did. And those videos, I gotta say, those videos are dope. Those videos were dope. And so, yeah, I'm sure I often compare, there's probably 3 things in the world that I compare my career to. Like if I feel down on myself, I'm like, well, Jeff, you got to remember Steph Curry didn't get like a lot of D1 scholarship offers, which is how he ended up at Davidson. And even though he was drafted 7th, his first couple years didn't go as well, partially because of minute restrictions. The other part was because he had ankle injuries. And then like, look at him now. He changed the game. So like there's that. So I often compare myself to basketball players. I often compare myself to like, you know, the people who do the thing that I want to do. Like Hassan Minhaj, he had the Patriot Act on Netflix, and I want my own version of that. It took him a while to get to where he was or where he is. It took Dream Job, by the way, if y'all didn't know, is The Daily Show, and all the correspondents there. It took them a while to get there. So often look at them to see like, man, I gotta figure out how to get there. And so another field that I look at, like rappers struggle to get where they are. And I'm sure a lot of rappers make like a lot of songs that like they love and people probably didn't respond to it the way they want to. And that's how I kind of feel about my videos, where maybe it was something I really wanted to talk about because I'm a nerd and I like to read. I read a lot, like a lot. And so, yeah, I mean, so Janae Perry says, I really love the style of your videos. Thank you. I pretend like I'm making videos for last week tonight. That's kind of what I have in mind is, Jeff, if they said make a video for last week tonight, you better do your best with a low budget and like not a set. And I'd be like, bet. So that's kind of how my brain works. That's ultimately kind of what I want. I want a lot of things. I want my own version of last week tonight. I want to be a correspondent on the Daily Show. I would love the host weekend update on SNL. I feel like my skill set lends itself to that. Anyway, I'm trying to catch up with some of these. I appreciate the comments and I appreciate y'all being here. I was prepared to talk to 2 people and we were just going to talk it up the whole night. If you ever need original instrumental music for anything, hit me up. Definitely want to see you succeed. I mean, I just want to hear some instrumental music, personally. I mean, shoot. What do you do? What do you play? Sorry, most of us. Well, hey, no, Looney Tunes 9000. Tell Leftist Mafia I'll join them. I did see that they were over there. I tried to choose a night where the letter hack wasn't doing anything. Actually, I think Dan from the Web might be on tonight too. So I apologize, y'all. Again, I would have marketed this on my last video, but I thought about this last night and I was like, oh shoot. Today, it's been 1 year since I quit my job. So I might want to talk tonight. I don't know how many times I'll do this, but my friend Meshach, who's also in the chat, he told me months ago that I need to do this. So blame him or thank him, I guess. I got first to say yeah, thank you. Yeah, share as many videos as possible. Yes, early and often. Yeah, if y'all can yeah, tell Leftist Mafia. I got a message from somebody on Twitter the other day about Leftist Mafia. I don't know. It would be great to meet and talk to them. I don't think I've ever talked to them yet. Sometimes I feel like my views on Rebel HQ are like in a box that like other leftist content creators can see the box, but they can't actually get in the box and see the views. So I don't know if that makes sense. Anyway, so yes, so far we've talked about my previous job, my previous work. If you didn't know, I'm from Columbus. I talk about Columbus all the time. I graduated from the Ohio State University. My previous job was at Nationwide Children's Hospital. I was there for 7 years. Videos that I have made. Okay, I do want to say this. So I my last video was the one about my last video was about Vivek Ramaswamy, right? And I wasn't going to do a video about him. So I watched the debates live with Dan from the internet and a few other content creators. They were dope, by the way. And while watching it, I'm like, man, I can't stand this dude. Like, he will not stop lying. And seeing how he's from Ohio, he's from Cincinnati, and Meshack and Sean Canyon live in Cincinnati, and then Vivek moved to Columbus, or the Columbus area. I'm like, I gotta talk about this dude. So before that, okay, let me just tell y'all how my brain works. So I was making a video, I was researching and writing a video about crack. I was making a video about crack. I was preparing the content, I got clips and everything. Realistically, the video was about harm reduction and how we should be doing that better in America as compared to Europe, but we're not. So I was writing an episode about crack. I would say it's like 60% done. And then I was going to make a video about Fresh and Fit. That Fresh and Fit video is like 75% done. So I have 2 video ideas on the shelf that are like mostly done. But my brain was like, you have to talk about Vivek Ramaswamy because people are trying to figure out who he is around the country. And you need to tell people who he is not, because since he's from here, or he lives here now, I was like, man, I gotta tell them from our perspective here, because we gotta see and put up with his nonsense all the time. So people need to know the inside track. So that's what I wanted to do. So hopefully, if I don't get distracted, a video about crack and a video about Fresh and Fit will be coming up next. Actually, I'm almost sure that the video about Fresh and Fit will be up next because I already made the thumbnail for it. So look for that next week. Labor Day is coming up Monday, so I may record it then. I don't know. All right. Somebody just said go blue. We have several Buckeyes in here. Although Meshack doesn't wear the Buckeye thing like I do, or my wife. I met my wife in college also. She doesn't wear it either. I am all the time. Have you linked up with some of the other creators with similar information or concepts in partnership? FB Signifiers, he shared my video about it's cool when they do it, but it's a problem when others do it. The video about drag and cross-dressing. Hey, man, that video is dope. Oh my gosh. I got to share and talk about where clothing concepts came from as far as like gender clothes, like where okay, Meshack. Kristen. That's right. I got to talk about gender clothing and where it came from. Like, I don't think people realize, like, before the 60s when women couldn't wear pants, like they don't realize where the idea of trousers came from. And so the whole idea was stupid. So that video was dope. But FD Signifier, he I don't know how he found that video, but I guess sharing is what he does. So it has 7,000 views. I highly doubt it would have reached that without him. So he saved that drag and cross-dressing video. So a couple of weeks ago, 3 weeks ago to be exact, I was looking at my analytics and everything, as I typically do, and I noticed who my audience also watches. And in noticing who my video also watches, I notice a discrepancy in subscriber and viewership, which is fine. Success curves happen differently. I'm all right with that. There's a number of things that I could or should do in my videos that I have not done because I'm stubborn, which could make things better. Like, I don't know if y'all noticed, I never give a call to action. I never say subscribe, click the like button. I never say that in my videos. I should probably do that. Also, I need to shorten the clips I include because apparently the attention span of viewers may not. I appreciate the fact that like people would rather see me talk about something, but if I choose a clip that's like 30 seconds, people check out of the video altogether. And like my analytics reflect that. I was talking about it last night to where my Vivek video, most people, the average view duration stops in that clip I used from some more news. And it has happened with a number of videos of mine. So if I like either use shorter clips or like showed my face more often in the clips or just paused the clips and went back to them, it would probably work better. But Last Week Tonight can show like a minute clip and it works out, but I'm not Last Week Tonight and they're not me. Anyway, so I could probably do things better in order to increase my subscriber count or my viewership. And I'm very much appreciative of where it is now because it is more than doubled where it was last year. So there's a positive. But so when I saw a number of the people who my audience also watches, I was like, wow, like look at all of their subscribers. Like how in the world did they even do that? So if you look at my community tab right now, I tagged at least 5 of the people who my audience also watches, and I just asked for advice. Like, yo, you know, how did y'all do that? Please let me know. Please let me know. Because that LinkedIn video that I made was real. I'm literally looking for a job right now, and like ain't nothing shaking like it could be or it should be. And so if my subscriber count or my viewership was higher, I probably wouldn't be in this predicament. And the only person who said something was FD Signifier. And he happened to be coming out with a video that week about how he got to where he was. So that was very helpful. And nobody else in that tab, the community tab, or what is it called? My brain isn't working. Nobody else said anything back. So I mean, they don't have to, but it was people that y'all all watch, and they don't owe me anything. But at the same time, I'm just trying to get to where they are. That's it. Like I just want to be where they are and how they went about doing things. So, you know, I just needed advice. I wasn't even asking to like interview them. I wasn't asking to be like put on or share a video. All I wanted was just advice. Like, how did y'all do it? What was the secret to your success? Was it longer videos? Was it, I don't know. But I will say this, and this is probably the main reason why I wanted to do this live today, is to thank y'all, because like y'all helped me up that day. If you look at the comments in that community post, like everybody was so encouraging and so helpful, and blaming the algorithm. Like everybody's blaming the algorithm, to which, you know, I didn't want to do that. The algorithm is just, man. I've only been able to catch the algorithm one good time, and that was for the TikTok video, which, by the way, I should probably do another one, but I don't really be paying attention to what's going on. If they are that big, they might not even engage in their comments personally to respond. Their team might manage community engagement. Maybe, yeah, probably not. When I watch their comments, they seem like nice, good quality people, so that's, you know, yeah, they probably just missed it. I mean, I'm just one human out of a bunch of people who are trying to reach out to them. And a friend of the program, What's Good English, I actually reached out to him today to see like some ideas for TikTok. 'Cause my TikTok views are kind of just stagnant or just stuck. So he said something similar about reaching out to people, collaborating. But you know what? I think us creators should collaborate more to begin with and share more videos to begin with. And so I need to do a better job of that as well. So if you look at my community tab, Sandy, I need to share a video from Sandy from Rebel HQ. She was formerly with Rebel HQ. She's Canadian. She's amazing. I don't know if their pronouns are they. I should know that. I haven't talked to her for a while. Sandy, if you're watching, I apologize if I got your pronouns wrong. But yeah, I could probably reach out and collaborate more. Sure, I could probably share more videos as well. I could really benefit from people sharing my videos as well. I like where I am with my content, where it looks like how it sounds. I'm really comfortable with where they are, but I gotta switch some things up. I gotta say, like, my last 11 videos cracked 1,000, and that's really good for me. So that's good. I appreciate that. And my last video about Vivek got 2,000 views in 24 hours. It's been a while since that's happened for me. So, and that wasn't necessarily a trending topic. So, yeah, there we go. Sandy Lovass, by the way, she's Canadian. Her YouTube channel is called Left of the Box. She was with Rebel HQ a couple of months ago. Yeah. So there's that. Meshach, Pastor Meshach Kenyon, one of my closest friends in the world. If something ever happened to me, he better help take care of my kids. I shared one of his shorts not too long ago. I need to do it again for the spiritual, biblical among us. Let's see. Ben Dixon used to be, I think he used to make content for TYT, if I'm not mistaken. Not equipped. Never heard of them. Maybe they did something. I don't know. Let's see. What creators are you referring to? It's in the community tab. It's still there. I made that post like 3 weeks ago. Yeah. Just asking again. Like, I just needed advice. Like, how the heck did people get to where they are? Because now, look, I think I'm great at what I do. I don't often compare myself to others, but I did notice the discrepancy when it came to my viewership and subscribers to theirs. But I will say, like, people with more, I don't see a major difference in our content. Like, I don't look at other people's and go like, oh, they're so much better than me, or their video or their content is better than mine. I root for everybody. Like, we can all get a piece of the pie here. I will say this though, because I said this to my wife the other night. I'm saying it wrong. Summon Chu. I'm saying it wrong. I will say, he's better than me. The way his ability, public speaking, his presentation, he's better than me. He's incredible. Yeah, that was I don't often say that, but that guy is incredible. Like, his delivery, his pacing, his subject matter, all of that. He's really good. So shout out to that dude. Everybody else, I'm just like, But that dude he's incredible. He's great. He is great. Okay, let me get to some comments. If you're just joining us or you're coming in late, people have already asked about my architect and why it knows Japanese. Uncle Fatty, his Japanese carpenter knows Spanish. Do a couple of React videos and draw in a wider audience. There's an artist, Ren, that is blowing up and his followers are loyal. And they, I will say, and I've been told this, my audience is really loyal. And so, like, that is priceless. Because I did learn from my TikTok video that did really well a couple summers ago. when that viewership came in and I made a video after that, they weren't interested in what other stuff I had to say. And I even knew making that video that I wanted to talk about black issues. I didn't want to just necessarily talk about TikTok. But then the viewership came and they were probably like, oh, he talks about TikTok, I'll tune him in. So then when I didn't talk about TikTok again, they were just like out. So I appreciate people who come and watch and are a part of this for the sake of being a part of this. But yeah, react. If I were to do like a react video, I don't know what I would be reacting to. I'm gonna need some ideas, y'all, about if I did a reaction video. I don't know what to react to. Because I'm pretty, and the people who know me personally don't make fun of me. I think my neighbor is in the chat, by the way. Of course, I'm a goofball, and if you haven't guessed, I was a class clown in high school and college. But my reactions aren't really like, I make a lot of faces. My expression, black people are very I have a lot of expressions, but I don't think it's any different. My cat's still over there. I kind of want to take the, hey mama, hey, you want to meet the people? No? All right. So my neighbor is in here. No, I cannot hear you through the wall. You're pretty quiet. Occasionally I'll hear the steps or a I used to hear a keyboard playing from time to time from next door, but it's been a while. Not even when a wasp is on you. Yeah. I don't really. Most of the time, I was like, maybe debunking Vivek's words. Man, it's a lot. The country, I mean, honestly, mainstream media has done a really good job of debunking him this whole week. They've invited him on, and he has struggled big time with trying to stay consistent with what he's talking about. The letter hack says, number one piece of advice I always get is to be consistent. You know, the letter hack, I thought about you not too long ago because for the longest time you were on Mondays, and for a lot of people, which by the way, tune into the letter hack. Excellent artist, good dude. The letter hack very much appreciated my video about Family Dollar and Dollar General. I didn't know what kind of audience would watch that. But again, I'm such a nerd, man. Like I was like, gosh, I got to talk about that because they don't save people money. They don't. So, but yeah, letter hack, you're on every Monday, and I would imagine that helps people know when to tune in to your stuff. And you've branched out since then as far as like days in order to meet the needs of the people you're going to draw and interview. And look, it would be great. It would be great if I can post a video, like I say, every Tuesday at 9 so people can know. But sometimes, man, I'm reading like this really long, boring study, and I'm about to prepare writing the script, which, by the way, writing the script is the thing that takes the longest for me. I'm about to prepare writing a script, and then something else pops up, and I'm like, oh, shoot, I got to read about this now. And so, that kind of delays thing. I try to be and hopefully y'all gather this, I try to be as thorough as possible. Like I want to be, even when I started the YouTube channel, I said, I want to make it as hard as possible to argue with me. I never try to like get people to change their mind or anything like that, because I don't, come on now, look where we are. That's not a thing. It would be great if they did, but I want to make it as hard as possible for people to argue with me. And so like when people are in my comment section and they just simply say, you're wrong, without telling me how I'm wrong or giving me an article or a stat fact or figure about explaining how I'm wrong, I know I'm on the right track. So, oh, you know what? I want to tell y'all actually the people don't know this. So I told this to my publisher at Rebel HQ, and he was like, "Oh, I didn't know that about your YouTube channel." So, my YouTube channel is based off of a movie. The reason why I start off every video by saying, "All right, kids," because technically, I'm talking to my kids. Technically, they don't look. I'm not their favorite YouTuber. I know that it's not even close. But yeah, technically, when I say "all right, kids," I'm talking to them. And the reason why I'm doing that is based off, honestly, and here comes my nerdiness. Y'all better not make fun of me. It's based off the concept of this Michael Keaton movie called My Life. Let me get y'all some of this right quick. This movie right here. The concept of my YouTube channel is, you probably couldn't see that, is based off of Michael Keaton movie. So here's the basic premise of that movie. Michael Keaton's character found out that he's having a baby, and he also found out, I believe, he has cancer. So he starts recording videos to his unborn child so he could be in a kid's life. Not that I think I'm dying or I'm dead or anything like that, but yeah. So, you know, having black kids in this country, and my oldest is about to be a teenager in a couple weeks, I want them to be able to see, if they ever look for it, if I ever show them. My dad said this, and I know my dad. He said this, and so I'm gonna roll with that because my dad looked it up. Because again, talking about black on black crime, violent crime, all this other stuff, it's not gonna go away by the narratives, and false information and misinformation isn't gonna go away by the time they're adults. So I already have this like treasure trove of information to give them. Here's this information that you can have. So that's the concept of the YouTube channel. It's me recording stuff as if I were going to leave or be gone. The movie is fine. It's not even my favorite Michael Keaton movie. And again, this is I'm just letting y'all know how my brain works. That's how I came up with the concept of the video. So when I say in the beginning, every video, "All right, kids," I'm actually talking to them. Honestly, I think the last video of mine that I sat them down and showed them was, I made one about weed a couple of years ago, a couple of summers ago. I made one about weed, and that video was more about the process by which this country criminalized weed and impacted on black people but not other people. So that was the last one I sat them down and talked to them about specifically. I know I'm not their favorite YouTuber. There's other things I've done in my life, and I wasn't their favorite that either. So it's fine. I'm their dad. This is what they know of me. I bet your wife never loses an argument. She she's smart as I don't know what. Pray for my wife. She has to put up with me and two versions of me. So there's that. One looks like me and one acts like me. So she has to put up with a lot. I knew this about your channel, but never saw this movie. Now I gotta go watch it. Yeah, that was the concept of this. That's why I start off every video by saying "All right, kids," because I'm making this stuff for them. And so even going back to the Vivek Ramaswamy video, you know, when my oldest is an adult in like 6 to 8 years, Vivek might come out of nowhere and be president by then. So hopefully I can say like, "Yeah, dog, like look at this video. This is where it started, my dude. Like this is where it came from. I was right there watching as it was happening." So Yeah, that's the concept. I should talk about that more. I should make a video about that, but I don't think, man, oh, you know what? Man, I need to post, so tomorrow is September 1st, and so I'm posting in the community tab a link to my basic white girl video. I thought that video was funny. But I made a video, I messed up the video. I messed it up bad. Man. All right, so I made a video. Man, I worked so hard on this video. Man, this was the first, man, how long was that video? Mrs. Wiggins, are you back down here? Okay. Someone just said about you, I bet your wife never loses an argument. So you have people on your side.
Because I have such great points.
Yes, something like that. I made a video about, where is it? I made a video about Atlanta and the FX TV show that Donald Glover made. Nobody watched it. I made it after the show was already over, so like that didn't help. Nobody watched it. But if you couldn't tell, and black women tell me this all the time, apparently they just instinctively know, I'm a Cancer. That's my sign. I don't know what that means. I don't know how people instantly figure it out, but I'm a Cancer, and I was a big fan of the show. I was a big fan of the show Atlanta, and my favorite character was Paperboy. And and so when making that video and watching behind the scenes stuff of Atlanta, Brian Tyree Henry, who plays Paperboy, said in an interview that he thinks Paperboy is a Cancer, and my wife thought that was funny because she thought there were similarities between me and Paperboy. And so I wanted to make a video highlighting my favorite things about Paperboy because he's my favorite character. And since me and him are Cancers, I built it around zodiac signs, and I don't think the audience liked it. Go and watch that video. I'll probably post it on the tab in a couple of days. Actually, a couple of times because like nobody watched that video. Again, it was built around zodiac signs, and this was after the show was already over. I can understand why people didn't watch it, although I worked really hard on it. But the video was much about those 3 episodes where Paperboy was going through it, and like I really, of course, I love the series. The series was dope, but Paperboy is my favorite character by far. Like, man, I missed that character. Like, I really love that character. So, yeah, that's another video. I wish the viewership was better on that. But go and watch that video. Can I put it in the chat? Is that something I can do? I don't know if that's gonna do or help anything. But yeah, that was I worked really, really hard on that video, and like nobody watched it. But that's just, that's just kind of how it is. I'm gonna post it in the chat right now. I don't even know if this is gonna work. There we go. That's my acupuncturist told me I love Atlanta and need to watch. I binged Atlanta because of that video. Man, I think the first season was my favorite season. Was the third my second? I don't know. Hold on, I missed this one. Even into the early 80s, women would be sent home to put on pantyhose or lose their jobs. My family didn't believe women couldn't obtain a, without being married, a credit card. Yeah, having HUD approval. Yeah, that was a thing. Yeah, man, that's why I was so excited to make that video, because genderized clothes doesn't make any sense. Like when you think of where trousers and pants came from, and the fact that other cultures wear what is the equivalent of what we would call a skirt or a dress, but men wear it. So yeah. That's I thought that was good. I wish I could say all my videos were created equally, but some are better than others. There are some that I have like a good concept with. The research was great, the writing was great, maybe the execution was off. But then sometimes my delivery is awesome, but then like even writing. Like even going back to the Vivek video, I'd say the argument that I made was B plus. If you pay close attention, there's a hole in one of my arguments. I'm not going to say where it was. And I will say this, I could have made a longer drawn out argument about systemic racism, but I had just made a video about systemic racism like 2 or 3 weeks before that. So I was just like, look, here it is. Linda G70, thank you so much. I appreciate it. Keep on, Wiggins. Keep on keeping on. Don't stop. We need you. This is Wiggins Kitty too, by the way. I'm a Sagittarius. Sagittarius, hey, what does that mean? So like, what are your hallmarks? Like, what does that mean to you? Because apparently me being a Cancer, other people say stuff like, you know, oh, I can tell you're emotional or something like that. I'm like, oh, okay, thank you. Is that bad? All right, nephews, make your vid title more negative. Include the word hates or gets owned or never. Yeah. Uncle Fatty. I think the reason why my Vivek video did well is because it's the title was 10 Things I Hate About Him, or 10 Things I Hate About His Campaign. It sucks that I have to do that. Like, it sucks. That's actually stuff that I learned from Rebel HQ. Like, I hate that. I hate that being a part of content creation. And like, I get it. It's understandable. I get it, but I'd rather not. But yeah, you gotta draw people in somehow. It's Virgo season. I don't know what that means. Making the ask is pivotal for subscribers, shares, collabs, etc. I have to reach out to more people, and again, I shouldn't just put it on them. I have to share other people's stuff myself. Be more collaborative myself. Julian, did you my AAVE video, was that you? Was that you that used a clip from that video, if I'm not mistaken? I could be wrong. I be forgetting stuff. I got kids and a really demanding cat. I apologize if I apologize. That was you, Julian. Dope. Okay, I thought that was you. See, I do pay attention a little bit. Man, my nose is usually like reading articles or like really boring studies. And so like, I don't even look up to like see what the heck is going on. Virgo season equals late August and September. But yeah, but like, what does it mean to be like, okay, so somebody's a Virgo. Are you like mean or nice or happy, or you're like, I don't know what any of this stuff means. Again, I'm a Cancer. Apparently I'm emotional or something like that. I don't really know. Okay, so I do want to, since we're all, okay, I do want to, hold on. If you've watched my YouTube channel and you've also seen me on Rebel HQ and TYT, then this. I sit in the exact same spot. So I just hang this up. That's it. That's the only difference, is I put this up right here. That's the only difference in, that's the only difference as far as like a set. One is with and one is without. That is it. So, yeah, that's it. Yes, my first guest was mean. I don't, yeah. Cancer here too. Get that all the time. That's it. Yeah, that's it. Yeah. It's the exact same spot. Like I sit right here, all that's behind me. And then I put up, I think it's a shower curtain. And I have another one over there for my, dang it, hold on. So I use this one for my second YouTube channel, but it's the same spot, and both of them, of course, are Columbus. Yep, same spot, same space. Honestly, if you watch my Rebel HQ videos, and if you look hard enough, especially on a sunny day, you can see my kids back there. My kids be back there. Well, it's echoey today. I'm not using my mic today. My mic's usually like right here under me. You would not believe how many comments I get like, oh, when you're trying to say America's bad, it looks like you have a nice place. I'm like, okay, like, I think I have a nice place, sure, but like, that doesn't mean America's, for one, I don't think America's all bad, so stop saying that. But for two, like, just because I have a decent living space doesn't mean I can't tell America to be better. High production budget. All right, hold on. All right. Okay, so I think I asked this earlier. I may have missed it because I was too busy explaining what my architect knows Japanese means or does not mean. Video ideas. Anybody got any video ideas or something? I think somebody said something about like when I talk about crime and guns and stuff like that. Okay, Kristen. Video ideas, topics that would sound decent coming from me would be very much appreciated. And if I was going to do like a react video, what would I react to? What would y'all want me to react to? I could very much use some video ideas because, like I said, my next two, next week will probably be the Fresh and Fit one, and then after that, look, I don't know how many people want to talk about crack, but I want to talk about crack, so it damaged I'm old enough to where it damaged my community. Like, I remember that. I'm old enough for that. I cannot find your second YouTube. Okay. My second YouTube channel, that's because it's really small, probably. Let me see. Hey, there's me. All right, I'm going to share my second YouTube channel in the chat. It's got my same. I need to do better at marketing. I'm horrible at marketing and networking. Like, still, I should definitely do better. It's the same picture that I use for my main YouTube channel, but it's in black and white. But I'll share it right now. Okay, what did I just? Okay, I just missed a lot of stuff. I apologize. All right, so there's the second channel. I just posted the second channel. Libras. Do one on Columbus. Yeah, okay, I have one on its way. It's going to be a while though. I'm going to talk about Columbus in January. So the concept of that video, I was going to do it for Juneteenth, but I figured it didn't fit. But there's a neighborhood in Columbus here called Bronzeville. It's currently known as King Lincoln, which is fine. But Bronzeville here in Columbus was a neighborhood that was destroyed by a highway. And every major metropolitan city has a black city or a black neighborhood that was destroyed by a highway. And so I want to highlight ours. And we have multiple, but I want to do that one because that's where my mom currently lives. So I'm going to talk about Bronzeville versus other neighborhoods like Dublin and Upper Arlington and Worthington and stuff like that that were unscathed by highway creation and stuff like that. So that's actually a good idea with the Columbus one. It's just going to be a while because I need to. How my brain works is I'm going to use Black History Month as an opportunity to talk about Black history, of course, but history in Columbus that people around the country may not know about because Columbus is an underrated place that a lot of people kind of look over. So that's the concept of that video. So I already got the concept. I was going to talk about it for Juneteenth, but I don't even remember what I talked about that week. But I was like, nah, I'm going to scrap it and just save it for later. Okay. I do want a Columbus in-depth video on crack would be a great one for me. Yeah, I know. What are the wasted legal costs for the Republicans' tax reform over the years? It has. Yeah. Yeah. Well, not only some, like the abortion legislation has to be like a humongous waste of time, in addition to like anti-trans, anti-drag stuff as well. Just ordered Narcan last night to just harm reduction all the way. Yes, my word, yes. Video idea. Does the profile/feature of the media outlets you trust or distrust and why sound any good? Who do I trust though? And I'm gonna be real with y'all. Y'all can tell them I said it. I'm a freelancer. It's not like I trust like TYT and I freelance with the company. So Tony, that would be difficult. That would take a while to see who I do and do not trust. And I shouldn't, like, even thinking about it right now, I probably shouldn't look at it as like do and do not trust. There might be some I trust more than others. So that might be a good idea. Talk about how hard life is right now. Found you from TYT, be real, be you. How hard life is right now? The hardest part of my life right now is just career stuff. The freelance stuff with Rebel HQ is not working out. I made that very clear on LinkedIn, my LinkedIn video. It's not working out, which is why I'm looking for a job. And that, day to day, I think I'm a very confident person. Day to day, walking down the street, I feel very sure of myself and who I am, what I'm supposed to be and where I come from. Looking for a job is debilitating. I missed the super chat. I apologize. It's probably when I was like hanging up shower curtains to show y'all in-house decor. Thank you, Anne. You must find your way. Yeah, there are resources to improve outreach, expand audience. Thank you. I appreciate y'all. Look, the encouragement has been so dope. Like, man, I was sitting upstairs and I was frustrated that my TikToks weren't working. I said to my wife, for the first time in a long time, I actually want to quit. I'm not going to. But for the first time in a really long time, I want to quit. I want to be done. I'm not, look, don't worry, I'm not going to. These are just the breaks of being a content creator or any endeavor, really. Like, you're just trying to make it, you're trying to do something to advance yourself. It gets hard, man. Like, holding on to hope. Like, again, for the people who aren't from Columbus, y'all don't know, like, I'm from Agler Green. People didn't even go to college from where I was from. And so for me to even consider or think that, like, I can make it on a daily show, and I'm almost certain I can and I will, is like a crazy thing to hold on for. But I don't wake up every day certain that I'm going to do it. Some days I wake up and I'm like, oh, there's no, I'm not even going to get an audition. There's no way. Ain't no way. But that only lasts one day. And the next day I wake up and I'm like, I'm about to make this video, and one of their producers is going to see it and they're going to be impressed by it. So that's just the day to day. So that's what, if my life is hard, it would be the career thing. That sucks right now. Like, right now, that sucks. And, you know, I keep bringing him up because he's a dear friend of mine. My friend Mishak, I was telling him the other day that, like, you know, what's weird for me is that, like, I feel like a recruiter or an HR department or some talent agent or whatever would see my content, and I think they would agree, you make good content, but, like, what's up? Why don't you have a bigger audience? But what's weird for me is that, like, hey, if I had a much bigger audience, I wouldn't be coming to you to begin with. I wouldn't need you. And you probably wouldn't need me. So, like, like a middle ground would be good. If I had like 10 to 20,000 subscribers, that people would be like, oh, okay. Yeah. I see where you're going. But if it were like bigger, like if I was as big as like FD's, I'd be like, nah, I'm good. Although if I would still try to be on a daily show though. So you should compare it to like a Bexley that has older roots and has insulated itself. So I did early on, I think my first year on YouTube, there's this neighborhood in Columbus, it's still there, called Hanford Village. It's on the east side. Interstate 70 was built through that neighborhood. So if you're on Interstate 70 going east just past downtown, it goes like this and then it dips down. It's because when making the highway, they wanted to avoid Bexley because all the houses there at that time in the 50s, when they were building the highways, all of those mortgages were insured by the government. And so they decided to put the highway through a black neighborhood, then through Bexley. And that's one of the main reasons why Bexley is still thriving right now. So that is a very good recommendation there. Do the video about Bronzeville and others like it. I know nothing about Columbus, but I'm interested. Yeah, Bronzeville was, and it's still now, gentrification is happening to Bronzeville now. But for decades, it was overwhelmingly black. They had their own mayor, several grocery stores. Everything you could think of was just walking down the street. Interstate 71 came, and again, you know, you would have to be from Columbus to know this, but Interstate 71 goes north and south through the city. It splits the city east and west. So just on the east side of 71 is Bronzeville, and on the west side is downtown. Well, when they built the highway, it cut off Bronzeville from the jobs downtown. They couldn't make it over there. And then the neighborhood almost literally died. You fast forward 3 decades from there, and then crack came. And after that, it was a wrap. And something similar happened to Old Town East, Mount Milo Grogan. Like, there's a lot of black neighborhoods in Columbus that just, like, it died. And, you know, if you look at the redlining map, which I have, if you look at the redlining map of Columbus, those are the same maps as the current foreclosures that are going on in the city right now. So I would love to talk about that, but like thinking of a thumbnail or title that's going to get people interested in Columbus just seems like a really big task. I can make the content and I think I can make it compelling. I don't know how to get y'all to watch something about Columbus. Like maybe to make the title, hey, please watch this. It's about Columbus. We'll get it figured out. My battery is dying. Oh no. Are people excited for T. Scott tour? What about all the people who were trampled to death? I made a video about all the people that were trampled to death. Nobody watched it. So I will say this. I'm an elder millennial. I don't listen to Travis Scott's music. I know he's influential and people love him. So am I excited about the tour? No. Not even a little bit. I still want to see Beyonce though. You say made for the Daily Show. Yeah, so it's not like I'm a black dude from the inner city, like, which by the way, all of the black stereotypes are me. Every single one of them. Every single one of them are me. Like my dad and prison and low income housing and underfunded schools and neighborhoods with no men, because yeah, I'm all of those things. So it's not like I grew up looking at like Jon Stewart or who hosted before John? Was that Craig Kilborn? I can't remember. It's not like I grew up looking at Jon Stewart and like, yes, that's what I want to do. When I was in college though, looking at my delivery and how I go about doing things and everything, and then like when I made my YouTube channel and other stuff that I've done in the past, I realized that my skill set is suited for something like The Daily Show. Easily. So yeah, that's where like it's not. Yeah, I mean, I could. Man, I could easily see myself doing that. Like, I don't even think I would have any reservations. Like, I wouldn't feel like I'm not supposed to be there. I feel like my content and my skill set lends itself to there. I'm glad people are getting along in the chats. And again, thank you so much for the super chats. I definitely appreciate it. Man, I don't even feel worthy of them. What is the protocol for this? They need a protocol because, yeah, people got trampled. Over 1,000 homeless living under the I-90 overpass in downtown Spokane, Washington. Meanwhile, in Idaho, to date, 27 gals with non-viable pregnancies have been forced. Yes, yeah. Oh, hey, Rachel. Okay, I'm just a disabled. Well, no, don't put just in there. I'm just a disabled older white lady up here in Akron, Ohio. Jeff, all I can say is that the videos and commentary, I appreciate it. And most of the ones about social justice events happening in Ohio. Yeah, as much as possible in Rebel HQ, I try to include Ohio stuff. As much as possible. Just so it can be done on like a national audience to know, so Ohio people can know that I care. Like I will always care. But B, so people can know what the heck is going on over here. Like, and look, people make fun of Ohio all the time. I get it. I'm right along with y'all. Don't make fun of Columbus. I love Columbus so much. Columbus is a bigger, better city than people give credit for. People are still under the impression that like we're a cow town or something like that. I will say that like to some degree, we are a glorified college town. Like for the longest time, Ohio State is what dominated the city, and the city grew beyond that. So I'd say, that's good for us. But as far as like population in the city, just the city, we're like 15th around the country. So it's a pretty big city. Yeah, I wanted to, man, if I can interview Eminem. You know what, social media drives me crazy. So the day that Eminem sent Vivek a cease and desist letter, there were comments like, oh, Eminem is being soft. It's like, that's such a stupid argument. It was so dumb. Like, no, he doesn't want the bigger deal is yet another conservative politician is being sent a cease and desist letter because people don't want to be associated with y'all. Like that's it. Like you're oh well, Eminem is being soft, or like he's being stupid, or he's being weak. Like now, how about yet another? And like not only do celebrities and musicians they don't want conservative politicians not doing their music, but like there's too many conservatives around this country that don't understand the meaning of songs, like or just a bit like Rage Against the Machine. What machine do conservatives think they're raging against? Or what's that song? Is it Senator's Son? Yeah, Creedence Clearwater Revival. Fortunate Son. I said Senator's Son. Don't make fun of me. Fortunate Son. The song's about Trump. So when they play when they play it at Trump rallies, I'm like, do they not know? Do they not know that the song is about him? And like that's not good. Oh gosh. Okay. Where we at? Inglewood Dave. Any thoughts on Dave Chappelle's comments on Ohio as his longtime second home? Yeah, he lives in Yellow Springs. He loves it there. I haven't been in Yellow Springs in a long time. It's been a while since I've been there. But yeah, he loves it there. It's the way he wants to live. Does Cleveland still rock? This is radio job that I want in Cleveland, so I hope Cleveland still rocks. I took my kids to a couple of weeks ago in Cincinnati. Red Bull had their Flutog event, and it was on the riverfront. And my kids loved Cincinnati. They thought Cincinnati was so dope, and that really caught me off guard. Because when I talked to them about possibly moving in order to further my career, my 9-year-old, he's about to be 10, oh my gosh, he made it clear that he didn't want to leave his school. And so I didn't think, I didn't think they would like other cities, but they both love Cincinnati. They've been to Cleveland too. I think they thought Cleveland was okay, but I gotta take them again. But they better not say either one of those cities is better than Columbus, though. All right. What time? It's 10:30, people. I wasn't planning on going past that. So if y'all have any additional questions or recommendations for me, I would greatly appreciate it. Again, thank you for the super thanks. I do not feel worthy of them, but I will gladly and greatly take them. Absolutely. I apologize not for looking at the screen all the time. I got this right here in order to look, just in case I missed the comments up there. I will look down. Yeah, so if y'all got any more recommendations or questions, let me know. Send them my way. Street Fight Radio. What is Street Fight Radio? Did I miss something that was going on in Columbus? All right. All right, so apparently I have to practice this for my future videos because I don't like saying it. But if you see what you like and you like what you see, hit the like button and also subscribe. And if you got people who have not subscribed, tell them to subscribe. I don't know if I'm doing this is right. I don't know. The biggest way to help me though is to share the videos. I'm not great at marketing, and I definitely don't utilize social media well. So I will say that. What's the best way to send you random ideas? Email. Yeah. I think I have my email address at the top of my page or my channel, I think. Black people and our relationship with anime. Yeah, man. So, man, that is a really good idea. I never personally got into anime. So when I was in high school, I think Dragon Ball Z had just came out, and like I think I was in high school when Pokemon became a thing. And I remember like it was yesterday. There was, I went to mostly black inner city schools, and I remember these kids lining up by the exit door, waiting for the bell to go off so they can run home as fast as can, so they don't miss Pokemon or Dragon Ball Z or whatever it was. And I never got into it. I watched one episode of Dragon Ball Z, and that was it. It was, I'm certain it has a name and a season and an episode number and all that. I watched one episode of Dragon Ball Z, and Goku and Frieza were in the air. They were in the air, and they were just talking about their respective ideologies and what they would do to one another. And apparently, there was a lot that led up to that. If there was a saga that started on Monday and I started watching that episode on the Thursday, I wouldn't know what the heck was going on. So they're yelling back and forth, and Frieza would say something to Goku, and I'm like, all right, well, then show him then. Shoot. Kung Fu him then right quick. But they just was talking smack the whole time. And I'm like, well, is this what the show is? Is this why kids are racing home? And that was it. That was it. Just that one episode, done. That was it. So, yeah, I would love to talk about black people's relationship with anime because, with this YouTube channel being for my kids, one thing that I tell them all the time is that since they're black, anything that they're doing is black, and so I never want them to go through what I went through, because I'm gonna tell y'all right now, the neighborhood I grew up in was more gully, more nasty, more hood than a lot of what people see or rap about. But since I talk like this, and I always talk like this, I guess people didn't see or hear the hood in me. So, but yeah, there was a lot of things that I thought were nerdy or not black, so I didn't either do or let it be known that I did them. So I tell this story all the time. I probably haven't told it on the channel. I remember being in 10th grade, hearing people talk about rap and hip hop, and of course I love rap and hip hop. But when I was in high school, Fiona Apple had this really dope album. It was incredible, and it's still incredible. I still listen to it. I wasn't about to go to high school and say that. I'm not like that anymore. I'll talk about it all the time, but I think it was Fiona Apple's album. I think it was Title. What's the title, right? Oh yes, it's such a dope album. So Fiona Apple, I'm give her all the credit in the world, but her success came on the heels of Alanis Morissette. And I didn't like Alanis Morissette that much, but Fiona Apple was dope. Now, was I going to go to high school and say that? No. I would say it right now. Yeah, anything I like now, I don't care who's around, you're going to get some of it. I'm a huge fan, for instance, of WandaVision. WandaVision was dope. I was a huge fan of that. So, yeah. And so I just want them to know, if they watch anime or rock music, even though black people invented rock music, it doesn't mean they're anything other than what they are. All right, let's wrap this up, folks. Okay, what am I missing? I was that kid with Pokemon and Sailor Moon, but as an anime watcher, I think you would have an interesting take on this relationship. Yeah, I gotta learn more about it. How many little Rugrats does Jeff have? 2. 2 kids, 2 boys. Title was 97. Yes, I am aging myself, but I am okay with that. Well, I usually don't say my exact age, but I usually tell people I'm an elder millennial. That's right. All right. Did I have a Rebel HQ video that drops that I might want to plug? I don't know how much longer I got over there. Hey, catch me on Indisputable tomorrow, by the way. I will be on Indisputable starting tomorrow at 2:30. You can catch it. I have a video up on Rebel HQ. Oh gosh. Not doing well. Not doing well. A couple of 1,003 hours. It's all good. Yeah, I'll be on the Indisputable tomorrow. TYT, you can catch it on YouTube. I'm not 42. Elder Millennial starts at 42. I'm not 42. I had to cut TYT out of my media diet. I get it. Yeah. 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 Oh, I forgot to tell y'all. Okay, yo. Shoot. Okay, at the end of September, I meant, man, this was supposed to be one of the first things I said to y'all, man. Crap. Okay, this might be the last thing I say. I keep talking. Okay, here's a video idea that I have. I'm gonna do this at the end of September, and I'll explain why. Do y'all remember Making the Band? Bad Boy made the band, Diddy and everything. It was on MTV. The band, DABA. Well, the 20th anniversary of their album is coming in September, and I want to talk about that. Now, I don't know how to pare that down to like a 20-minute video, and then it's like there's clips of the show, and then I kind of want to talk about like where they are now 20 minutes later. Of course, I want to go through the album. So I would like to do that video, but man, like when I was thinking about it the other day, I'm like, I don't even know how I would even pull that off, because I don't want to. I feel like if I talk about the show, the reality show, that would take up, because I don't want to make more than 20-minute videos or something like that. I guess I could riff, but I like my videos to look a certain way, or maybe do a reaction video. Maybe that could be my reaction video. I mean, I've already seen the show, so I don't know if my reactions would be genuine. Maybe I could just see something that I haven't seen before, and then just provide insight as I go along. We'll see, but yeah, that was my idea. I wanted to run that by y'all. Yeah, I wanted to run that by y'all. I would like to make a video about Making the Band, because that was huge 20 years ago. I also want to make a video about Lupe Fiasco. I just don't think it could work. But like, oh yeah, dang it. In July was the 1-year anniversary of Renaissance, Beyonce's album, and the first time I heard Renaissance, I didn't like it, and then by the third time, I couldn't stop listening to it. But I realized that, and of course, the album wasn't made for me, and I can very much appreciate it for what it is, even though it was not made for me. And then that got me thinking, well, what album was, like, dude, what album was made for you? And the first thing that came to mind was Food and Liquor by Lupe Fiasco. That album was made for me. That album was made for me, or people like me. And so I wanted to be able to relate that, but I'm like, I don't know if I can get people to watch a Lupe Fiasco video, but I wanted to go through that album and see where he is and what he's doing now. Man, like 2008, 2009, you could not tell me. This was when, around the time Lil Wayne had the Carter 3 and A Milli Took Over the World. I would be in a barber shop just arguing with folks that like, hey, like I understand Lil Wayne's taking over, but like Lupe Fiasco is better. So anyway, Crack, Fresh and Fit, Making the Band. I'm gonna try to make those my 3 next videos. Maybe not in that order. In the meantime, look, y'all, thank y'all. I appreciate y'all for stopping by. This, I feel like if I give a bigger notice next time I do this, then, you know, it will be better. It'll be good. But thanks for stopping by. Thanks for the questions and recommendations. Thank you for the super thanks. Again, those are my 3 videos. Please feel free to share the videos. Oh my gosh. That is probably the biggest help. Sharing the video, just sending it to somebody. That might be the biggest help by far. Also, yeah, send some recommendations, stuff y'all want to hear, y'all think I can pull off. That will be very much helpful. George Kropog is a member, everybody. Don't forget about memberships. That is very much helpful. George is a member. George was my first member. So my wife's not even a member. I mean, what is she going to do? Pay me for a YouTube channel she helps produce? I mean, she could, but the money would like go right back to her. So yeah, feel free to become a member, leave super thanks, leave recommendations, leave comments, leave likes, tell your friends about me. That might be my next news anchor sign off, by the way. That might be my next news anchor sign off. Whenever I'm doing my next thing, that might be, yeah, I want to know where Lupe is too. Man, I'm telling you, Lupe was incredible. Oh my gosh. Did he say booty liquor by Lupe Fiasco? Did I say booty liquor by food and liquor? Food and liquor. That's the braces. See, I'm not even gonna say Melissa. I'm not even gonna say you heard me wrong. That was my braces. That's the braces. Which, by the way, y'all, I made a video about the braces, and you were very nice about that. We're over a year, so I got a little bit left. So if you thought I said booty liquor, blame the braces. It's food and liquor. Food and Liquor by Lupe Fiasco. Please listen to that album. It is incredible. It was made for people like me. You're good, Melissa. Food and Liquor. Maybe I should make a YouTube channel called Booty Liquor and talk about conservatives who love Trump. I'll leave it at that. Hey, thank y'all so much. Let me know if y'all want to do this again. I appreciate all of you so much. And as always, we're going to be all right.